Hey there, Delight here. Come to you this morning with a little Cuppa Creative. Got my obviously around cup of coffee. They're around me a lot. This particular mug has a star on it. Obviously can't tip it to show you, but it has a star on one side, and on the other side it says Cowboys. It is one that reminds me of my bonus daughter, Dawn. She's a big Cowboys fan. I love my mugs. I have quite a few of them. That's one of the things I long ago started bringing back from trips. They always remind me of where and whom, and I like that. I'm going to give you a little tip today. As you know, those of you who have been following me, I'm starting to have trouble with my hands and my eyes, so I'm starting to adapt a little bit. Today we're going to make this page. I saw it someplace somebody did one, or it was in my notes. So Lord only knows where I found it, but it is to go on a page in a junk journal. It's a whole page one, so it's for journaling underneath with a little flip, and then it has a little pocket, and the little tag keeps it closed. So this is what I'm going to talk to you about today. Obviously, I'm using book pages. This is a page out of a skating story, a story about a young girl that skates. So it's in for some of my little golden book Christmas junk journals. So I'm going to use these pages for that, and just a regular sort of vacation-y theme or Christmas theme cardstock, and I cut them out so that they would be, these are the pages that one will go up on the top. This will be the little flippy one, and then a matching little pocket is how I'm just going to do these particular ones. What I want to show you is this washi tape. I used a washi tape hinge on this. And one of the things that's getting hard for me to do is to line things up well. And so I thought maybe somebody else was having that trouble. So I thought I'd give you what I worked out that I can do for now till something gets worse, and then we'll figure something else out. So this is the way I do things when I have to line them up and I'm not having a good eye day. To start with, when I do washi tape hinges, I always use a little bit of glue on them. Even the good washi tape, of course the better washi tape, you don't have to worry much about it, but you know, I just don't trust it, and these books are going to be around for a long time, and I want them to stay together. So I measure the washi tape sort of more or less by turning it sideways backwards so it doesn't stick, and then sort of getting an idea of where I wanted to go. I could measure, but as you know me, I don't measure much. I mostly just sort of eyeball things. So then what I'm going to do is I always put a little bead of glue on wherever the washi tape is going so that it'll hold nicely. And when I'm using liquid glue, which I'm using here, I try to start in the middle, because frequently, just like that, you get a glob, and I don't want those on the edges. It's just easier to adjust to if I start in the middle. And I use paper towels to kind of keep everything neaten up. So anyhow, what I do, I brought my craft mat today. I love these craft mats. It seemed like a big expense when I got it. I thought, wow, that's a lot of money, but boy, I use it so much. To keep things true, what I do is I line the piece up by the edge of the craft mat, and as far as I want it, this washi tape, I measure the washi tape, and I want it about half and half. So I go about half, and then I kind of know where I want this piece to be. As you can see, my hands aren't real steady, so this is a way for me to kind of line things up and have them in place. So I get it lined up so that it's pretty good. It looks like it's pretty straight, and then all I have to do is put the washi tape down and line it up with this, and it's going to be pretty straight. I usually, to hold it in place, I put a little tiny piece. Once I get it straight, I put a tiny piece of washi here to kind of hold it in place so that if I bump it, it doesn't get cattywampus. Then I put this tape the washi tape right along the edge of my craft mat. And since this is a no sticky type mat that I can pick up easier, I don't have to worry about this sticking to something. So I press it really, really, really well, and then release the little piece, and there I go, and it's pretty darn straight. Then all I have to do is cut off the two ends. I don't try to line things up because they wouldn't be straight anyway, so this way it's lined up and it looks nice. I like things, if I can't make them look nice, I don't like to do them. Then when I bring it back, since I'm using pages, I use book pages a lot. For one thing, we've got tons of them, right? Who doesn't have millions of book pages to use up? But also, they're lined up. They have nice straight rows, so I can use them as a guide and I don't have to measure. In this case, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go right along the top line, kind of eyeball it, side to side. That looks pretty good. Stick it on, and there we go. It is a slick, easy way to do it. Then all I have to do is kind of eyeball the inside, which is the place that the secret journal spot. Everybody likes secret journal spots. And then it will just try it, make sure it all covers. It looks pretty good. And the little pocket at the bottom, I'm just going to put on with, again, I use liquid adhesive for all pockets and tuck spots and things, because the dry adhesive, the tapes, can have a little bit of residual. There, I didn't follow my own rule, and I started in the corner, and I've got a glob there which will ooze out. So do as I say, not as I do, I guess. There, we'll go in the middle, and maybe we'll be more successful. Ah, success indeed. So a little bit, doesn't take much. It's not holding up the Titanic. It's just holding up one or two little teeny weeny tags. Then this, I want to be sure I have it down far enough that there's a little space so it kind of looks cute when the tag is out and like something. And then the collage on this, I didn't do anything spectacular with. I just used my odds and ends of leftover from other things I was working on. Just put together some pieces. This book is about a girl that skates, so there's a bunch of skatey type things, which is perfect for a winter one. And since Christmas ones are winter ones, that works out. And I had some, you know how we are, we save everything. Had some pieces of ribbon left from another project. It even had red line tape on it, which I'm not going to make you guys watch me get off, because we all know how what that can lead to sometimes. So I'll just stick a little leftover ribbon on here. I don't know about this one. Maybe I just want one on this one. Yeah, just do one on this one. And then once you get it done, the little tag goes in here to hold it in place, and it works out just fine. But this little tip about using the corner of the mat, I use it for a lot of things to line things up, because there's enough distinction by the edge of it. It's not real dark, but it's enough that I can see it. And anytime you can find an aid where you can line it up with a big long line, your eye is going to see that better and your head is going to fill in. If you have macular, then your brain starts to fill in the empty spaces where you can't see well, and your brain will fill it in. So if you get close to the edge, give it a little help. Give your brain a little help. Everybody's brain needs a little help. Some days, mine needs help every day. So anyhow, this works for me. Hope it works for you. Enough said.